Hello, my name is Marie Robertson, and I'm currently an undergraduate student here at the University of Guelph. I'd like to welcome you to the Graduate Studies Convocation ceremony this morning. The University of Guelph is honored by our graduates, and we take pride in this convocation. I'd like to tell you a little bit about the proceedings today. The ceremonials used for conferring degrees have evolved over a millennium, and the gowns and hoods represent that history. In general, the gowns for the baccalaureate and the magistrate degrees are black, and the color of the hood is different for each degree program. The doctorates at the University of Guelph have a bright blue gown, and the honorary degrees have an even brighter color. The University of Guelph crest that you can see on the curtains behind me, and the shown on the cover of the convocation program, also represents our specific history. The emblems in the crest show links with the royal city of Guelph through the white stallion above. The convocation to liberal arts through the book, to the sciences through the astrolabe, and our connection to abundance and agriculture through the cornucopia. The University of Guelph motto, rerum cognoscere causas, is a quote from Virgil. It is variously translated to be either happy is the one who is able to ascertain the reason of things, or perhaps to know the meaning of things. The procession of people into the hall are also influenced by ancient tradition. The piper will herald the start of the procession of graduates, the students who are coming to graduate today. This will be followed by the arrival of the mace leading the platform party. The mace is a symbol of authority of the university and will be carried by the beadle. In medieval universities, a beadle was chosen by the instructor to work as an assistant. Today, the beadle is the ceremonial officer of Senate. Following the beadle and mace is the vice-chancellor. Members of the administration and the honorees, fellows of the university, members of the board and senate, and members of our faculty and staff. The degrees will be conferred in the order that you see in your program. The degrees are separated by categories representing the specific degree being awarded within the college. We will begin with the doctorates and magistrates, followed by the baccalaureate degrees. The name reader will announce the degree being awarded at the start of each category. As the name of each student is called, the beadle will place the hood over the recipient's shoulders. This moment will be videoed, and technology willing, there will be simultaneous live cast of the event to follow family members and friends to watch from a distance. The Vice Chancellor will then confer the degree. We understand the joy and excitement accompanying such an auspicious occasion, but we ask that you hold your applause until after each group of graduates has crossed the stage. There will be an opportunity for a truly thunderous applause after each group has graduated. Once all the degrees are conferred and all the cheers are cheered, the Vice Chancellor will close the ceremony and a recessional will play. Please remain standing during the recessional until all platform party has processed out of the hall. I would also like to mention that today we are introducing a new feature to Convocation. Our colleagues from Alumni Affairs and Development are hosting a new social media program developed for Convocation. So share your photos, memories, and advice with graduating students by joining us on social media and using the hashtag #GuelphGrad. Finally, may I be the first person to congratulate the graduates on their various successes and offer my congratulations to the family and friends who are here to support them. Welcome to the Convocation of University of Guelph.
O Canada, a home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
The University of Guelph would like to acknowledge the Attawandaron people on whose traditional territory the University of Guelph resides, and to offer respect to our Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Métis neighbors as we strengthen our relationships with them. The word Canada comes from the Algonquin word Kanata, and it means village. It is a way of being together, recognizing our radical interconnectedness. It is living as though all human beings are our neighbors, people from the east, the west, the north, and the south. We are all interconnected as human beings. There are numerous ways of expressing this within indigenous cultures around the world. From the Zulu people of South Africa, the word is Ubuntu. From the people of Nigeria, Nkonson. From ancient Peru, the word is Minga. From the Ojibwe First Nations people here in Canada, the word is Akinawea. And from the Iroquois, it is Doneto Akwekon. These teachings recognize that we are all essentially interconnected, related. None of us stand alone. And that sense of interrelatedness is what we experience and give thanks for today on this day of convocation. All the people who cross this stage do so together with the recognition of the integrated community all around. Family, for example, they're not just those who might say, you've got this great opportunity, we've got you this far, now don't blow it. But rather, family are the people who we say have loved us and supported us and encouraged us and paid the bills. Professors, they're not just those tyrants up there asking for another paper, but rather they are fellow human beings, sharing their knowledge, their skill, and their wisdom. And the university support staff, including physical resources, they're not just shadows that pass by without being seen or without seeing, but rather they are people who care about providing a safe and a hospitable environment for living and for learning. And fellow students, they're not just competitors, but rather travelers on the road of learning and discovery. It is gratitude, love, and compassion that enable us to see this interconnectedness as active or as dormant as it may be within us. And some of us give thanks to the Creator for it. Others simply give thanks in a spirit of love one to the other. Amen.
Please be seated. Thank you. Members of the board, honorary fellows and faculty of the university, families and friends of the graduands, and last but certainly not least, graduands. Welcome to the celebration of convocation at the University of Guelph. My name is Franco Vaccarino, and I have the honor of serving as the President and Vice Chancellor of this great university. And I am privileged to welcome you to Convocation. I'd like to extend a particular welcome to this morning's special guest, Dr. Tim Ogilvie, who will receive an honorary Doctor of Laws degree. He'll be introduced to you formally in a moment, but I did want to take this moment to congratulate Tim. As we begin today's convocation ceremony, I do believe that a few additional congratulatory remarks are in order. First off, graduates, this is your big day. You've worked hard, you've persevered, and you've made it. Well done and well deserved. And before we go on, graduates, there are a group of individuals here who I'm sure you will agree deserve your special attention. So I invite you all to stand up, turn around, salute and applaud all those family members and friends who have supported you from the sidelines and throughout your time here at Guelph. This is your chance. There you go. I have to say, this angle is great from this perspective. Thank you. In preparing this welcome, I reflected on the address I gave at my recent installation. This is my first actual convocation day. It's my second convocation ceremony. I arrived here and started in my new role as president in August. And a central part of my message during my installation was about how this university has prepared you, our graduates, for this very moment and for the years that will follow. Let me share with you some of the thoughts I shared during that installation speech a few weeks ago. I'm an optimist by nature, and in many ways we are living through what might be remembered as one of the most exciting and important periods throughout history. The world today is marked by unprecedented dynamicity, incredible advances in life sciences and physical sciences, in information and communications technology, in the sheer volume of discovery and knowledge. And through all this change, advances in the social sciences, the arts, and the humanities test our belief systems. They challenge our constructs against new and evolving societal contexts. And by doing so, they offer new information that helps us adapt to our changing realities. We're also witnessing disciplines and subject matter that had been isolated, coming together in fresh and exciting ways, like music and computer technology, healthcare and robotic engineering, manufacturing and agriculture. The interconnectedness of our world today makes knowledge more accessible and abundant than ever. This is accelerating discovery and new learning faster than many of us can even catch up to. So what are the attributes of humans that will allow us to thrive in such dynamic times? Well, they include the ability as individuals and as a university for us to adapt and to readapt in a healthy way to uncertainty and change. And by adaptation, I don't mean passive habituation. I'm referring to the act of very consciously and deliberately redefining ourselves based on what is going on around us. When faced with change, people adapt. Sometimes they adapt in healthy ways, and sometimes they adapt in less than healthy ways. The opportunities for you, our graduates, is to adapt to change in a healthy way. To undertake thoughtful analysis that will help uncover what I like to call the upside of uncertainty, the upside of change. This provides hope, provides inspiration and discovery. It's about taking uncertainty and change and turning it into something special. Within the context of today's world, an important part of our mission as a university has been to provide our students, you, our graduates, with an environment of broad perspectives and analysis, and the opportunity for you to adapt in a healthy way to a changing world. In pursuit of healthy adaptation, we must also remember and work to preserve and enhance what makes Guelph so unique. Our integrity, our team and community spirit, characterized by the willingness to look out for our neighbors and to work together towards common goals, and demonstrated through our volunteer work across this beautiful city of Guelph and right around the world. How and what you choose to explore should be grounded in and guided by these timeless values that we have held for 150 years. Our university has worked hard to provide you with the tools to successfully adapt and navigate through the complexities and dynamics of modern society, and to provide you, our graduates, with hope and clarity. We have tried to help instill an ability to adapt and indeed to thrive within a more ambiguous and ever-changing environment. And we've built a physical environment that has supported your campus experience, a campus experience that has exposed you to meaningful learning, world-renowned breakthroughs, and personal growth. Through all this, we've also kept in mind that the University of Guelph provided you with a home away from home during a key transition in your own personal journeys, during a key period of transformation in your own development. In short, we believe that your university has provided you with an important environment that has enhanced your learning and incubated new ideas by facilitating meaningful human interaction and productive collaboration. The debate and discussion encouraged by university environments goes beyond technical skill. It is in this physical space that you've developed the analytical and the soft skills that will serve you through each and every job you might have. What you have learned goes beyond teaching subject matter strictly and towards the process of learning, learning to learn, adaptation, leadership, and creativity. As successful graduates, many of you will blend knowledge, mixing and matching ideas from separate disciplines. Your time at Guelph has provided you with the creative and the intellectual skills to apply that knowledge in innovative, energizing, and new and different ways. So as you enter this exciting next stage of your lives, I encourage you to draw on all of your University of Guelph experiences and to bring the very best you have to offer to each and every experience you encounter, to your work life, to your personal relationships, and to your service to society. Thank you all for your hard work and all the good things that you have brought to the University of Guelph, and congratulations on reaching this wonderful milestone. Well done.
Mr. Vice Chancellor. On the recommendation of the Senate of the University of Guelph, it is my great privilege to present to you Timothy H. Ogilvie for the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Dr. Timothy Ogilvie, a founding member and longest-serving dean of the Atlantic Veterinary College, AVC, at the University of Prince Edward Island, is a visionary with leadership skills needed to turn ideas into constructive outcomes. Throughout his veterinary career, now approaching 4 decades, he has utilized his talents to engage youth, mentor students, advance the profession, and enhance education and research. The impact of his achievements has improved the health of communities and the environment in which we live. At AVC, Dr. Ogilvie taught and guided both graduate and undergraduate courses, mentored students, edited a book, wrote numerous papers and other articles, and served on several editorial boards. Perhaps his greatest contributions, though, were made during his time as an academic leader, first as chair of the Department of Health Management, and then as dean of AVC. His leadership helped garner funds to establish a national virtual veterinary medical learning community. The project was first in Canada to link all colleges of one profession and allowed students and faculty to develop and seamlessly share expertise and resources. Other instances of innovation include his leadership roles in organizations such as Genome Atlantic, ABC Inc., one of the first corporate arms of UPEI, and Aquanet, a center with a network of centers of excellence for the aquaculture industry. A number of patents and other significant outcomes and deliverables have resulted from each of these initiatives. Dr. Ogilvy's involvement in innovation and economic development extend beyond the mainstream of veterinary medicine to include membership on the Wind Energy Institute of Canada and as chair of the PEI Lobster Industry Roundtable. He has also provided international leadership in veterinary education and animal health through his service to organizations such as the World Animal Health Organization's Committee on Global Veterinary Education. Dr. Ogilvy's international commitment is further exemplified by his recent appointment as the Dean of the School of Veterinary Medicine of St. George's University in Granada. In well-deserved recognition of his outstanding and ongoing contributions to the veterinary profession, I ask you, Mr. Vice Chancellor, to confer upon Dr. Timothy Ogilvy the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
By the authority of the Senate of the University of Guelph, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws. Congratulations. Tim, let's have a quick shot for photo here. Oh, very good. Always for photo.
Well, good morning, President and Vice Chancellor, stage guests, dignitaries, graduates, faculty, and staff, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure indeed and honor to be with you here today to receive this recognition and to celebrate the achievements of the many graduates receiving their degrees. My sincere, heartfelt congratulations to all of you. Using a Caribbean expression, it is "we foot." I don't know if you've heard that before, but "we foot" is a French Creole word, or has its roots in the French Creole expression, literally meaning "yes, do," but in common parlance is the expression for elements of a surprise, astonishment, and a little bit of madness. And so I feel that way today, surprised and astonished and very, very, very grateful. I think this time of celebration, it's wonderful for us to all make a little noise, and so I hope our graduates do that, break out in spontaneous celebration. And I have my family here with me today to enjoy the spontaneous celebration with you. And we've set the stage with my grandson, who's done a little spontaneous celebrating on his own. So he's made some noise there. And I don't know if he's going to find the ceremony very long or not. But Thomas, here's the keys. Keys to the car in case he needs to get out there and have a little fresh air. So, attaboy, Townsend. My thanks to Dr. Kate Dewey for reading the citation, and to the President, to the Board of Governors, to the Faculty Senate, and all those who have supported my nomination. Most especially U of G past Dean and Honorary Fellow Dr. Alan Meek, who cannot be with us today, but whom I gather was instrumental in the success of my nomination. Alan is a great friend and was a fellow dean with me in the late 1990s and early 2000s. He from OVC and myself from AVC at PEI, and when we worked together on several projects, as Kate has described, and together for the Canadian Collective of Veterinary Deans. But before I talk too much about that, I do want to recognize also Dr. Alistair Summerlee, who I shook hands with lately, past president, who is also very instrumental in where the University of Guelph is today and in my nomination. So my thanks to past President Summerlee. You know, it was about 43 years ago that I started my association with the Ontario Veterinary College and the University of Guelph. I was a second-year student at McMaster University taking biology, and I applied in the winter of 1971 to OVC, and I received notice in August of that year that I had been accepted into the vet program. Now, my antenna should have been up a little bit because not many people get accepted as late as in August. It's usually kind of a June decision. But the phone rang, and I picked up the phone, and they said, "You're admitted," and great. I was either too naive or it didn't matter enough to me to question why, what mattered to me was I was accepted. And so it was with that anticipation and wonderment that I drove the way down the road from Fort Erie all the way up to Guelph to begin my DVM degree. And I found accommodations with about a dozen other students over on Edinburgh, off Edinburgh and Oriole Crescent, and we had a great time that first year. It was in that first beginnings when we were invited as a class, that class of 1975, to assemble in room 508 at the vet school. Now, I had never been here before, barely been to Guelph, let alone the campus, didn't know much about the Ontario Veterinary College, so I went to a room where I thought room 508 would be. So I went into the main archetypical building that is the OFEC building just across the road here. Got up the first set of outside stairs and was on the second floor. You can picture that. On the second floor, Dean's office, nicely polished, looks good. So I said, okay, we'll go up the stairs to 508. Well, I got up to the third floor, a few more hallways, and then the stairway to the fourth floor kind of narrowed pretty well. And I got to the fourth floor, which was kind of this dusty old attic, and there was nothing much up there except two other students looking the same as me. And I thought, well, maybe as new attendees, they can tell me where we're going, but they didn't have a clue. So we commiserated for a little while and talked about what we were doing and where we were from. And, those were two of my eventual best classmates throughout that whole time that I was here at the Ontario Veterinary College. Friendships are often forged from the most unusual beginnings, and whether you attribute the quote to John Lennon or to Alan Saunders or to someone else, life is what happens to us while we're making other plans. And so I think that it's very important for our graduates of today to recognize that. Don't lose track of you're going to be living while you're making all these forward-looking plans. And I'll talk about some forward planning in a moment. But take advantage of today and celebrate and know that you're surrounded by loved ones and people that have supported you over the course of your years. Anyway, after that confused beginning, so I'm picking up on some themes that the president has talked a little bit about. Uncertainty, a little bit of opportunity, those kind of things. After that somewhat confused beginning, the time at OVC for me passed all too quickly, but very successfully and happily. I remember physiology lectures with Tommy Batt, large animal medicine labs with Danny Butler and Russ Willoughby, small animal clinics with Ron Downey, farm service calls with Bob Curtis, and so names that you remember along the hallways. Dean Dennis Howell was here at the time of my time as a DVM student, and he turned out to be one of the founding fathers, if you will, of the Atlantic Veterinary College in UPEI, because he did a fact-finding survey of Atlantic Canada to find the spot for the next School of Veterinary Medicine back in the 1970s. All kinds of interconnections and memories flood back to me. Since graduation from OVC, my career has taken me many places and wearing many hats, but never have I valued my time more than here at the Ontario Veterinary College, University of Guelph, learning how to expect confusion, learning that it's okay to make mistakes, learning that it's essential to find good friends and a support structure around you. I went into private practice. I engaged in further academic studies. I was employed for a period in government civil service and for the largest stretch of my time in academia in PEI, teaching, undertaking research, and providing professional clinical services and serving in administration. The opportunity to have others succeed with me around was, again, a very great honor for me. And to play a small part in the success of those graduates has always been rewarding. I'm sure that I've learned much more from veterinary students, graduate students, faculty and staff, and colleagues than they have learned from me. Working with young men and with young women entering their studies of veterinary medicine has always been energizing. And I know, to me, and I was talking with Kate Dewey earlier about this, you're all looking younger every year to me. But I've got one up for you. I started to want to attract a younger audience to sciences and a younger audience to veterinary medicine and a younger audience to university. So I worked with faculty in 1999 and asked the faculty at the University of Prince Edward Island if they'd like to consider starting a vet camp. So we started to attract students to a day camp, 50 in number, 4 times a summer, to come and learn about veterinary medicine in a real world academic and other environment. And it did appeal to that audience. And since that time, we've graduated over 2,500 vet campers, all from around the world. many who've gone on to study and graduate from formal programs in veterinary medicine or take degrees in science, knowing that the animal biology is important to our world. So for years, it has been a thrill for me to see the vet campers' eyes light up as they enter the halls of the Atlantic Veterinary College at the University of Prince Edward Island. And then when they're picked up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon to grab their parents' hands and say, Dad, Mom, just what I did today, something icky like pathology or something neat like a fly ball with dogs or whatever it took. So fast forward to today a little bit. Maybe it is time to retire. Maybe there are some signals when it's time to retire. I had been at UPEI for about 30 years and dean for 10 of those. But my term as administration was coming to a close, and I was settling back into a teaching role as a faculty member when I chanced to visit Clinton View Lodge, which is our senior citizens home, not too far from where I live in Prince Edward Island. And in casual conversation, I asked the director, okay, how do you determine whether or not a person should be in a retirement home? I mean, many of us face that question either personally or for loved ones, and it's a serious question. Well, she said, what we do, sir, is we fill up a bathtub and then we offer a teaspoon, a teacup, and a bucket to the prospective resident and ask him or her to empty the bathtub. And I cut right in. I said, oh, I understand, I said. A normal person would use the bucket because it's bigger than the spoon or the teacup. No, said the director. A person not ready for our services would pull the plug on the tub. Would you prefer a single or a double room, sir? How to get humble real quick, right? No, not a true story. The true story is that I thought I still had energies to offer in veterinary leadership. So the stories of two islands begin, and while at UPEI for 10 years or so, I had been working in an advisory role with St. George's University School of Veterinary Medicine in Grenada, West Indies. Much like PEI, I found Grenada to be populated by resourceful and resilient people, as attested to by their response to Hurricane Ivan in 2004, wiped out 80% of the homes on the island, but they've built back. Very resilient people, much like the good fishermen and farmers in PEI. So I fell in love with the country. And they have a large university. I should say probably a moderate-sized university, but with a very large professional program in human medicine and animal medicine, which is veterinary medicine. It's primarily a U.S. and international student body. And when they asked me to be their dean after that association was visiting them for several years, I jumped at the opportunity. And now I have the chance to view a whole new set of challenges and opportunities. Picking up again on what the president offered as some of those opportunities, I think our newly minted graduates today, I think you people have wonderful, wonderful chances to integrate these studies and this knowledge you've gained into more of an integrated approach. And in veterinary medicine, one of those integrated aspects we call One Health, One Medicine, where the intersection of environmental health, human health, and animal health is at play in many of the conditions of society we see today. Zoonotic and transmissible diseases, food safety matters, foodborne diseases, those kind of things. All of you graduates have the skills to be part of a team that works on those wicked problems. We call them wicked because they don't have single solutions anymore. One problem does not have one solution. One problem cannot be solved with the skill set we have today. You have to develop that skill set for tomorrow. So I please invite you to do that. We have issues in Grenada in tropical veterinary medicine, warm water aquaculture and marine sciences. Leatherback turtles are worked with by our Wildlife Conservation Association in Grenada. We're even, like you in Guelph, looking at bees and honey production in ways of safe food quality, but also our pollinators, which are rapidly disappearing. So keep these things in mind, because I think my most important message is that the world needs brains today, needs scientists today, and especially those trained as you are in a variety of disciplines to be able to address the complex problems of today. So as I inch up on my 40-year time in veterinary medicine, I often reflect about that late acceptance to OVC when I first began my career. Many years later, in reminiscing with some of my early classmates and friends, I found out that 3 others had also been accepted late in that year. You know, we normally had classes of 80. My class was a class of 84. Don't know why, but Mr. President may be able to look back into the archives and figure out whether it was a funding issue or whether Ontario gave 4 more seats for the proper amount of funding, I don't know. But despite my late and confused start, a combination of fate, good luck, naivety, great mentorship, perhaps a little bit of hard work, along with my tendencies for usually not saying no, have given me the opportunities to have a recipe for my modest career successes. The basis for this recipe has been a wonderful supportive family who are in attendance today and whom I should thank every day for allowing me the opportunity to invest fully in my career that has been filled with such joy, adventure, and fun. The University of Guelph's brand is changing lives, improving life. To do this, the University of Guelph and the world does need more people like our graduates that we're going to recognize, reward, and honor today. As you go forward, may you all be so lucky, happily, and fulfilled as I. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ogilvy, for pointing out to us the importance sometimes of randomness in our life. That and the power of saying yes will probably create a good life. So thank you very much for these words. And now, graduates, this is your moment. So will the graduating class please rise? Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University of Guelph that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I hereby accept you for admission to your various and several degrees with all the rights, privileges, and obligations appertaining thereto.
Will members of the graduating class please be seated?
Good morning, graduates, proud family and friends of graduates. I'm sure you're excited, perhaps a little relieved, certainly happy to see your graduate walk across the stage and be greeted by the Vice Chancellor. And you may wish to express your emotions in some audible manner, perhaps. This is fine, go ahead, a little hoot, a little hooray. But we please ask the audience to hold your collective applause until after the presentation of each of the degree programs. Thank you. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Arts that they may be admitted to the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Katie Louise McCullough. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Biological Science that they may be admitted to the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Miguel Diavlo. Zvezdan Pavlovich. Schroeder. Kathleen Frances Betty Schroeder. Colette Louise Ward. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Physical and Engineering Science that they may be admitted to the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Robert Richard Harvey. Christopher Michael Hairway. Colin Richard Lee. Thank you. Mustafa Nadagol Islam. Great, thanks. Aaron Edward Pasika. Tosh Roy. Yes. Porchatosh Roy. Aaron Anderson Whittam. Nima Zarmbakash. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the Ontario Veterinary College that they may be admitted to the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Jillian Denise Alton. Erin Kathleen Leonard. Congratulations. Nathan John Lachowski. Kristen Ann McCarty. Peter Podobed. Stephen Michael Roche. Thanks. Daniel Schock. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in congratulating the graduands. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the Ontario Veterinary College that they be admitted to the degree Doctor of Veterinary Science. Susan Carlin Bland. Fanny Jason Desereau. Alexandra Nicole Carries Flores. Join me in congratulating the DVSC graduates. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Arts that they may be admitted to the degree Master of Arts. Torrin Adams. Natasha Fiorella Botello. Katharina Ellis. Olivia Helena Guile. Kayla Grube. Daniel Sitzkowski. Thank you. Miriam Madavifar. Izani Medina Diaz. Thanks, Shane. Shane Nielsen. Mary Angeles Perez. Timothy Schmidtke. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Arts that they may be admitted to the degree Master of Fine Arts. Danica Fogarty. Taylor Graham. Elizabeth Howard. David Mannion. Idman Nur Omar. Jenna Turk. David Whitten. Join me in congratulating the College of Arts Master's students. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Biological Sciences that may be admitted to the degree Master of Bioinformatics. Laura Ann Birchall. Stephen Victor Edwards. Barbara Huang. Daehuan Miao. Jarrett Daniel Phillips. Lena Wadi. Caitlin Elizabeth Wanka. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Biological Science that they may be admitted to the degree Master of Science. Ian Harrison Lee Brown. Christopher James Cooper. Madeline Marie Cosme. Devin Elizabeth Dyson. Agatha Ference. Joshua Jacob Fisher. Lydia Frost. Hillary Marissa Groom. Andrew Joseph Hand. Ashley Jambrosic. Thomas Jacob Jarvis. Veranda Jalath. Olivia Marie Knight. Daniel Robert Kriska. Russell John Scott Lacombe. Allison Claire Ludsky. Rachel Kathleen McKenzie. Tiana Matovich. Evan McDonald. Mark Tavo Murillo. Stephanie Elizabeth Pilkey. Alana Rigoban. Holly Lynn Robson. Rebecca Leanne Rumney. Amanda Elizabeth Ruprecht. Elizabeth Jane Sears. Sonam Dilip Shinde. Katerina Smolkova. Rosemary Elizabeth Wilson. Sarah Zubair. Please join me in congratulating the College of Biological Science master's students. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Physical and Engineering Science that they may be admitted to the degree Master of Applied Science. Harpreet Singh Kambo. Ka Yi Lam. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you this scholar from the College of Physical and Engineering Science that he may be admitted to the degree Master of Engineering. Matthew Dylan Schreiber. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Physical and Engineering Science that they may be admitted to the degree Master of Science. Carolyn Augusta. Melissa Caroline Rochelle. Edwin Ho-Ming Chung. Gabrielle Yvonne Foran. Thomas Hall. Gabriela Enriquez. Jai Liu. Ivana Svek. David Thompson. Daniel Tanuaj Vijay Now. Thank you. Michael Paul Yogis. Hao Chen Zhu. Let's congratulate the College of Biological Science, Masters Physical Science. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the Ontario Veterinary College that they may be admitted to the degree Master of Biomedical Sciences. Enam Shalailat. Kelsey Ann Gonsmith. Kinsey Janet Hillis. Right. Allison Keesta Van Geest Mikkelsons. Vesna Parivnaya. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the Ontario Veterinary College that they may be admitted to the degree Master of Science. Sarah Atwee. Catherine Bishop. Kelly Roberta Fleming. Jacqueline Lorraine Gallienne. Mohammed Abubakar Hoba. Beth McMillan. Ari Mendel. Liam Wade Remyar. Leo Selenix. Zafir Ali Sayed. Jua Tang. Christian Frank Georgie Ternamian. Join me in congratulating the Ontario Veterinary College Master's students.
To begin, would you please join me and thank Dr. McEwen for reading, 150 names or so? Thank you very much. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I would ask you to confer the various and several degrees on the graduates listed in the program but unable to be present at this ceremony.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I confer the various and several degrees in absentia on the graduands not present.
So, graduates, you've actually completed your degree, and I'm here to actually have the pleasure of providing you with some final comments before you leave, but I promise you I'll be brief because I know you don't want to hear me talk for half an hour. So today we came together to celebrate an important transition to your life, and it's easy to think of it as the end of a process with days of studying and exams and assignments now over. But your process of learning did not begin here at Guelph, nor will it end today as you exit the room and you take a lot of pictures with your friends and family. Today is just the beginning of a lifelong process, during which the education that you've received at the University of Guelph, both inside and outside the classroom, will serve you well. We hope that we've succeeded in opening your eyes to the complexity of life and to the multitudes of perspectives based on culture, upbringing, and experience. We hope that we've given you a glimpse of a greater knowledge of the world around you, of how humans interact with each other, sometimes for good, other times for bad, of art and science and history, of the importance of caring for those around us and the planet we live on, and of all those other things that you've learned and researched and studied. Remember that the education that you have received provides you with opportunity and responsibility. On one hand, it allows you the capacity to take advantage of opportunities that will serve you well in your personal goals. On the other hand, it highlights your responsibility to play an important role in civil society, whether local, national, or international. So allow me to paraphrase actually a song, and it was a line in Dr. Ogilvy's presentation, which is, life is what happens when you're too busy taking selfies. So lay off the selfies, and instead, please, I hope that you will accept this personal challenge. What I would like to ask you is to be active participants in the world around you. The world needs you to resolve serious societal issues. We need you to make informed decisions that can take into account the complexity of our global world. We definitely need you to apply your knowledge and energy to address increasingly complex issues. But of course, dealing with these important issues and these important problems will not be easy. And many of us often think that a single person's effort will not resolve the complexity of the world's problems. But if you, or if us, then who? Your university education has provided you with critical skills to answer complex questions. It has provided you with ways to research, communicate, inform, and influence. It's now up to you to put this knowledge to good use and to make your mark on the world around you. And as you make that mark, remember that the University of Guelph has become a small part of who you are and that you have also become part of our collective history. Your association with the University of Guelph is lifelong. Know that you're always welcome to return to visit, to learn more, and to continue sharing in this vibrant community of learning. We are proud of your achievement, and on behalf of the entire University of Guelph, I offer you my personal congratulations and best wishes for an exciting and successful future. Now it's time for me to give you just a few other very trivial things that are important at the end of these events. Today we actually host 5 ceremonies, so there's another 3 ceremonies after you today. And as soon as you have departed from the hall, we will have to reset for the next set of graduates who are anxiously waiting to get in the hall. So if you could, would you please depart through the door on either side of the stage after the platform party has left the stage, so that we can admit the guests for the next ceremony through the door that are at the back of the hall. And we thank you for your cooperation. And here's a few other things. Following convocation, the college deans will host a reception for all graduates and their guests in Creelman Hall. This is an opportunity to congratulate the graduates, and we hope that you can arrange to attend. After you've taken all your photos, and take many because this is a good day to remember, would graduates please return their gowns to the tent outside, directly behind Memorial Hall. Congratulations again, graduates, and we are proud of your accomplishments. And now I turn to President Vaccarino for final words.
Well, 3 words. Convocation is dismissed. Congratulations.
you.